Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is using social media and going on your phone when you're doing some kind of disciplinary task of working out. And this is probably more important than the other thing, but stick around for the other thing because it's probably just as important. I see this so much, like whenever people are working out and then they like, get tired and all that, they're like panting and all that, they go sit down on the bench. Automatically, they just go on their phone. Because one of the most important parts of any sports, of any exercise, of any disciplinary activity of this is the mental discipline that you get from it, bro. Because when you're doing something that's supposed to be uncomfortable, you should never be indulging in these things that are so like comfortable to do. Because indulging and consuming these things is getting rid of that uncomfortable aspect of this, right? These things, you're doing them specifically for the uncomfortability of them. And being uncomfortable means that you're gaining discipline from it. But when you're going on your phone in between sets, or when you're going on your phone when you're tired, you're just seeking comfort. That's not disciplining you in any sort of way. Maybe, yeah, from the physical aspect, yeah, you might be gaining some muscle. Yeah, you might be getting more like, gaining more stamina or something like that. But from the mental aspect, which I feel like is much more important, from the mental aspect, you're not improving in any sort of way. And that's even more important because the mental discipline that you gain, you can use for any other aspect of your life. Right? This mental discipline that you get from doing physical activity, you can apply to any other part of your life. And the fact that you're going on your phone, the fact that you're taking time to just relax and watch a little bit of TikTok or Instagram or whatever, the fact that you're doing all of this is getting rid of the mental discipline that you would get from doing this physical activity, this mental discipline, which is so important, so crucially important for you. And I've made a video about this too. I might have just released it or something like that. When you're doing something like this, bro, in my opinion, and you guys might have realized this as well, bro, you think so much more sharply than you could before, right? Your senses are so much more heightened and all that, bro. You can think much more easily. And even if you have something that you want to that actually requires you to think, like if you have some kind of business idea or maybe anything else that requires you to think, you can think of that during this physical activity that you're doing, because you can think so much more sharply and so much more like a disciplined man. Because when you go on your phone, when you go on social media in this supposed to be uncomfortable position, bro, you're stripping yourself of the ability to be able to think as sharply as you could have if you didn't use this phone. Now, some of you guys might be like, no, I don't have anything that requires me to think or anything like that. I don't really have anything. I've never thought of any. I don't have a business. I don't really have a business idea. I don't have anything. I don't go to school. I just don't do anything. That's still so important to just sit down and think about, why you're actually doing this. There's always things that you could be thinking about when you're actually doing some kind of physical activity from this. The fact that you're not using your discipline is very bad, bro. Because you could be using that discipline to be able to apply it to any other part of your life. And the fact that you're just going on your phone is stripping yourself of that discipline that you can be doing to be able to apply that in every other aspect of your life. And just taking some time to be able to think is extremely beneficial, because you're taking time to be able to, come up with more reasons as to why you should keep doing this. And also more motivation and more thoughts about life in general. You can solve your life problems much easier because you're thinking like a more disciplined person. You're thinking like a more reasonable person, and also you're thinking much more sharply as well. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is when you're just trying to sit down and just work or something like that, right? When you're actually trying to do some schoolwork or maybe some business idea or something like that. Never ever relax in your day until you're done doing everything that you want to do. The only time when I actually take a major break in my day, I shouldn't even be taking this break for as long as I am doing it right now, bro. But I just take it right after I come from school for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And then right after doing that, I go straight to working out. Then after that, I do some homework and all that because my brain is so clear. As I told you before, your brain is much clearer, so I take advantage of that and do my homework. And then if I have time or something like that, I use that time to be able to work on my YouTube channel. Taking breaks in the middle of your task is gonna disrupt your entire flow state, right? You think that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna work for an hour, then I'm gonna take a 20-minute break, and then I'm gonna go back to doing that task. That's not how it works, bro. Because when you get in this state of comfortability, it's really extremely hard to get out. And trust me, I know this as well. And you've probably experienced this as well, bro. You think that you're only going to take a 20-minute break, but it actually turns into a 1 hour, a 1.5 hour session of trying to just oh yeah, I'll just do it the next 5 minutes, and then I'll just do it in the next 10 minutes. Like, you just keep on procrastinating over and over because you're so comfortable. And once you start doing work, never ever get out of it, because it's just gonna disrupt your flow state. Keep this in your mind. You need to be more self-aware. So when you're doing something and you have the urge to look at your phone or something, just look through Snapchat, look through Instagram, scroll on TikTok, whenever you're doing any of this and you have that urge, bro, you have to be self-aware and tell yourself, yo, if I do this right now, I'm gonna disrupt my flow state, and it's gonna be much harder to do this task that I'm doing right now. Right now, if I don't go on my phone, it's still gonna be pretty easy to focus on this task. Like, you need to keep that in mind. Even if you complete like a major task, like how I told you, like when I get from school, I take like a 30-minute up to 45-minute break. Even when you do that, bro, you have to be extremely self-aware and extremely careful to not just get too comfortable and get carried away and like spend that time doing something that's not even productive, and wasting that time and procrastinating and losing a bunch of sleep. At the end of the day, if you barely take any breaks throughout your day, if you don't really spend that time to be like comfortable, sometimes people like take naps in the middle of their day. If you don't take any breaks throughout your day, then sleeping is gonna be so much easier, right? And this is a topic for another video, but if you take breaks throughout your day, it's actually gonna make it harder for you to sleep, because you're being so much more comfortable. When you're actually being productive and working hard throughout your day, it's a lot easier to go to sleep. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. My name is JBM. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Take care. Peace.